Cool. So, hey, hi, how you doing? Markus Patton here, coming to you with the weekly Ramble chat thing that I do where I talk about my week. Sorry about the hat, but my hair looks manky and, you know, dedicate my Bruins fandom. I fear I might just like the hat and not be the ice hockey fan that I profess to be with the hat. But, you know, so, for those of you who are new here or don't know me here or whatever, I'm Markus Patton. I draw comics and commissions and wherever my whims take me. I am the author and creator of 13 Shots of Whiskey and Here Comes the Dragon Punch, all of which are available at my Etsy, and Here Comes Dragon Punch is up at my Webtoons as we speak. You can read it for free. So yeah, that's me. So, right. What have I been doing this week? Well, I've been doing a great many things you would not believe. Mainly, I've been working on my new comics, Stomping on Rats. So, I've drawn and inked the first story, which is a boy and his dad. I'm now working on one that's called The Witch, in which the witch, this monster in the forest, kidnaps and eats little Sai here, and then the distraught town turns on the wrong people and murder them, and then the witch throws Sai's dad into jail anyway because she's a shapeshifter. The kind of premise of the story, like, poison gets in where poison is welcome and stuff, and they weren't great human beings to begin with, and now they need an excuse, and they have an excuse, and they've got this excuse. So as it stands at the moment, I've penciled the 6 pages. You haven't seen me up on the live stream doing this, and I'm guessing because I think the problem was it's been a bit of a busy week. Like I couldn't work on Monday because I had to go to work, and I just don't think I was just being a bit down in myself, and so like I just didn't want to be failing on screen, which I don't think was the best approach. Thinking about it, but next week, hopefully my spirits will be risen, and we will jump over here, and you will see me ink with pens and stuff, and then I think I've done enough of the pencil pages to jump in and start and just straight up start inking it and see how it goes. One of the things I did differently with this was, so I don't know if I mentioned, but when I was inking a boy and his dad, the first page printed off fine, but then my computer started being janky and funky and stuff, and I think it resized the file pages I was working on. So I went from working on what I thought was like 11 by 17 inches, and it went just down to, like, I think it went down to A5 or some shit. Like, and I didn't notice. I mean, my pens, they didn't seem to really affect my pens, my brushes or whatever. So it was odd when I came to print them out, and everything was just distorted and fuzzy, and it's like, I'm not 100% sure what's happening there. And then I figured out, oh shit, like the pages are, instead of, so you're taking an A, even if it's 600 dpi, you're still taking an A5 paper and you're stretching it out to A3, and it just distorts. It just fucks it up, you know. Not so bad that when I went to ink it and stuff, that like it's I based, obviously the inked page is different to the penciled page, and I managed to course correct it and stuff, and figure it out and everything. But I was like, what? But there's also like, when I was doing the portfolio pages, I was drawing on the 11 by 17 pages, and I was like, this is taking me time, I wonder what would happen if I took the 11 by 17 and reduced it, and I think I reduced it by a third. So these are smaller. So I'm penciling on a smaller page. I hope when I print these out on the A3, it will be there will be enough size in it and enough dots in it that when I print it off, it won't matter too much. It won't pixelate. It won't distort. Or it won't. I won't. So, saying that, I'm not too sure how much better it was in terms of like the artwork to pencil on a smaller page. I mean, I think it's a case like if I'm not really feeling it, and I'm not if I'm not feeling right with myself, it doesn't really fucking matter how much how big or small the page is, really. So yeah, Alright, right, I'll be back in a minute. Sorry about that. Hi, make sure that. Oh, the life of being an adult. Yeah, cool. No, good. So, what was I going? So yeah, the next week will be me inking, and we'll be inking this page, and then I'm going to be going on to the next the next story, which I think I'll probably be writing up to over the weekend and stuff, and then I come get the designs done. A bit more of my wheelhouse. It's a wrestling comic, so action is my forte. I think, yeah, yeah. I think maybe because I have drawn this story for the third time now, maybe fourth. I've drawn this particular story quite a bit. Using this character quite a bit, and I do like her and stuff. But I think my main issue is the fact that when I return to the well, I just don't feel it that much. But a good story is a good story, and it'd be good to have it published in something I'm doing. And yeah, I mean, I quite like how this page turned out. Yeah, I think there's a lot of design work on the pages, and they're not like really. I don't know. Also, I just might just be feeling down because I'm broke as fuck. Commissions are open. So yeah. Yeah. Also. fuck me. Can't. Also, not to make all this shit about myself, but like, you know, as you can tell, I am an anime fan, and I am of a vintage where like Dragon Ball Z is one of the reasons why I'm here, drawing comics, and obviously Akira Toriyama died on my mum's birthday, but we didn't find out about it until the 8th, and it's just sad, you know. It's I mean, like, there's a lot of think pieces out there, obituaries and stuff, extolling the man's many virtues and what is the impact he's had on the population, and the man's impact is huge, you know. Like as I was drawing, I was listening to some Joey Badass tracks, and like in the line is like, "I got Dragon Balls like my name is Vegeta" and stuff, and another Wu-Tang mentioned Dragon Ball Z, and I think even RZA tried to say that the story of Monkey is basically the African story as well, you know. So, you know, and it's just like, there's a lot to be said about Akira Toriyama, and a lot more qualified people have said it better than I could. So, and I don't think it really, you know, you don't need me to tell you his life story and stuff. But I suppose I should tell you what his impact had on me as a young man growing up. So not only in like, for one thing, him, like, Dragon Ball and Pokemon were like the first explicitly, like, here's all the time, every day you want anime that you can consume by, you know, easily. You don't have to go to HMV or the other video Virgin Extra to buy overpriced VHSs of from Manga Entertainment with the sweary janky dub. You can get, well, I mean, the voice of Goku kept changing time, but like the fact that, like, it was just there, and then so like the thing that I was getting into massively, anime, was now available for me in large quantities, you know, and then like then the characters themselves were like just fantastic and everything, and then it just the story of just like the melodrama, the histrionics, and like everything just powering up, and just like the, you know, like all the, and then the fight sequences were just, you know, like obviously that's permeated into me with like my love of a good fight sequence and stuff, and it was that in Street Fighter, and, you know, just, you know, like, so in terms of storytelling, the impact is unimaginable, and in terms of the medium, the impact is unimaginable, but in terms of actual fucking craft and drawing and stuff, his work is deceptively simple. And I'm looking at it and thinking, I can draw that. It turns out you can't, but like the face, at least, is his simplification of the face. Like, I can draw those eyes, I can draw that nose, I can draw that hair. And then I have to learn how to draw the anatomy and stuff, which was on fucking point. And then the fight sequences and stuff, all that, like very much like punk rock and hip hop as well. It's just like that, a craft that is deceptively simple, stripped down to its barest of bones, and you're like, I can do that, and then you learn to do it. And you realise it's not quite that simple, and it's not quite like that, you know. There's the reasons why his eyes look like that is, you know, one, they don't look like real eyes, but the expression in them, you know, like, just like, you know, there's a lot to be said for just turning a pair of eyes into like a downward triangle, or big open expressive faces and stuff. Yeah, and then yeah. And so, like, again, like punk, like hip hop and stuff, like all my adventures into the art world wouldn't be here if I hadn't been into deceptively simple distillations of pure aesthetic, you know? And of all the people I started drawing first, all the styles I was aping and imitating first, like Dragon Ball Z was probably the first fan art that I did. I remember I was going to redraw A New Hope using the Dragon Ball Z characters when I was a kid, and then I was going to do it, and then I realised the absolute fucking ball ache of the task at hand, and I was slow, and you know, I didn't come to anything. I really wish I had tried that now, but like, you know, but again, like, there's, in terms of my formative years, there is 3 names. It's Katsuhiro Otomo, Masamune Shirow, and Akira Toriyama. And the impact these cats have made on me is the reason I'm here, the reason I'm drawing, the reason why I have I like to think, a good sense of action and a good sense of pacing and a good sense of just storytelling, you know? On a very fundamental, basic level, it's the lessons I learned from Akira Toriyama. And it's what we lost a behemoth, and it is a shame. Seems like it's just basically like he was so. I mean, he was for not for mangaka, but like just in general age, especially for the age they lived to over in Japan, very young, gone to, you know, and with stuff still to do, and but you know, like I recently got into his what's the one where he's running across the desert and stuff, and like, you know, just a simple like Mad Max riff, and just like really good storytelling. And like I was never into Dragon Quest because I don't like those kind of games, but like I was watching the movie they put out on Netflix, which is just like a speed run, and like how his style translates really well into 3D and everything. And I haven't watched Dragon Ball since I was a kid, but like I rewatched I watched the one of the newer movies that he put out. It's just like just sheer just joy. And then you listen to how to what Super Eye Patch Wolf says about him, and it's like, yeah, that's right. You know, just like, you know, and a lot of people have stolen a lot of love for the man, and I want to put it out there for myself, like, yeah. Also, one of the first mangas that I ever picked up was a Dragon Ball Z one, printed by Dark Horse and stuff, and that led me down the road into buying manga and stuff, and buying like Dark Horse and stuff, and like, you know, I mean, they had flipped it. I think they had flipped it the other way around for the Western reading technique, but like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't read manga the way I do, and I basically read stuff the wrong way around now for Western eyes. I tend to go backwards and, you know, flip through it, like it's. And I know that's because growing up, you know, I was more into manga as a kid than I was into the Western comic things. Yeah. So, Akira Toriyama, his stamp was large, his impact was ginormous, and, you know, in this one little corner of the internet, helped me be who I am. So, rest in peace, good sir. Rest in peace. Well, that got bare fucking serious. Sorry about that. Provided none of my icons die again, I won't be doing too much of that. Like, I'm not wanting to be serious or sentimental on these things, because I'm not a serious sentimental man. Well, I am, but I just, you know, don't want to be navel gazing. But one's got to pay props to Titans. So, alright. Speaking of stuff that formulated me as a young man, Street Fighter. I've been updating my portfolio, and I was drawing this page in which I took basically the beats of it from a game, and because like in terms of updating the portfolio, I was thinking, well, you know what, I'm good at fight sequences, thank you, Akira, but and I thought like I should probably include that in my portfolio and stuff, and I'd drawn it and stuff, and then I'd done the black and white, and I thought I really fancied colouring this, so that's what I did. I've cut, and then I was like, I had done this one. This came out really well. I've got like a new gradient map that I'm using, where it's like not this purple, not this yellow, but like a purple and a yellow that kind of gives a nice kind of warmth to it that I quite dig. It's quite a lot of fun colouring this one. Actually, I learned quite a bit, and like just trying. Every day's a learning day. This was quite a good learning experience. So, but well, you know what? I need to. I thought I'd arranged that properly. Silly Markus. So, one of the other pages I drew, again, staple of my childhood, was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and essentially, the first page first round I did this, the one I posted in there for everybody to see. I mean, it was shit. No two ways about it. I'd not done a good job of it, and I thought, well, this is meant to be my best foot forward, and come on, we can do better than this. And I was like, well, what can I do? And I thought, well, I could just colour it, because the main problem is the fact that like one of the problems was the fact it just felt so fucking flat. Essentially, it's like, well, if I colour it, then I'm highlighting the fact that it's a night time. So and that's what I did. And then via the colouring of it, I had a lot of fun and just getting the colours right and everything, and then getting the night times going up from and then getting the shadow and the shade in and making this is a nighttime sequence and shit, and that was just a lot of fun. And then thought, well, what I could do is like, because everything's done in layers, I could just take the layers of the I could just take the layer that I used for the colouring, for the shadow and stuff, and then put that on top of this and add a real old school Eastman and Laird kind of vibe to it. Well, that's a really good idea. Or maybe if I take the background and stuff and that looks good, and then what happens if I just fuck around and find out? And so I've basically recoloured this 9 different ways, which I posted up on my Substack, which you can see when I probably should have set up this link anyway, but yeah. So yeah, you can. So, put in the chat. So go to my Substack, and you can see my the 9 different ways I fucked around and coloured this thing. One of which is hella neon. Hella, I say. Is No, he's. I thought Charlie Allard. Oh, I'm sorry. I've just nipped over to Instagram, and I thought your man who drew The Walking Dead was painting the window in Gosh, but apparently he's not. Somewhere else, some other godforsaken fucking thing. So yeah, and one of the things I realised when I was redrawing this, the problem was with the line work was that there's not a lot going. Well, one, it wasn't thick enough, and it looked like it had been rushed out and stuff, and maybe it had been. I think one of my main issues is using this stylus from just being purely digital. Like there isn't any difference between like the pen and the screen. Whereas like when I jump over there, there is a difference because paper has texture to it, and I don't know, maybe I'm just into the funk and into the slump. It goes like the stuff that the little artifacts and extras that I would have added and stuff maybe wasn't coming through in the yeah, something about it was just so when I went back to recolor it, and when I went back to color it, saying, oh, that's wrong, if I did that, and basically going back with the different mindset of like, well, if you're coloring it and stuff, like, we'll do this, that better, you know, and like, and say like doing Raphael's face differently was better, and making like putting the little artifacts on Donatello's shell and stuff, and you know, boosting up the background boosting up the detail on the background, but not so much that I'm overtaking from the front, and you know, yeah, just putting in like and it's just putting more shadow in and stuff, and a line weight, because I'm not one for massive spotches of black and stuff, but like, you know, I need to define things, and I basically I need to put more, it was empty, and I had to put some stuff in there, and going back in and colouring it meant the stuff that wasn't there did go back in, and like the yeah, so it was just a good help going in and going, that's what I've done wrong, 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 that's what I've done wrong. So, and again, I don't know whether that was because I was rushing it or not, or the simple act of staying with one device and one screen maybe didn't trick my mind into, oh, we're doing something else. We're not penciling, we're inking. Whereas, like, if you're looking at that, it's definitely fucking inking. So, I need, again, it's all about trying to get the workflow right, and I'm not sure. And yeah, I am trying. Yeah. So my plan was every other week I would update my portfolio just to keep it circulating through. So I think that means this week I shall also be updating my portfolio, which will probably mean on Thursday I'll be drawing a portfolio page. So I guess the real question is what shall I draw? I think what I'll do is I will come up with 3 options, and then I'll post a poll on this on YouTube, and because I know how I can post polls on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Substack. Yeah, and then you can choose, and then we can go from there. And la di da. So yeah, I think that's that. I think that's all I've got to say. So I've been Markus Patton. I draw comics, as you can tell by the fact there's a comic on your screen right now. I am available for work. Hire me. My commissions are open and stuff. I've got an Instagram, I've got a Substack, I've got a Patreon, and I've got a Ko-fi. I've got an Etsy store, and I've got a brand new Tumblr, which I'm getting back into because someone on Discord told me to go there. And I'm also on Discord and stuff. 13 Shots of Whiskey is up on my Etsy store. You can get the first 2 issues there, and you can also get the last 10 printouts of issue 1.5 of Here Comes the Dragon Punch. If I could sell through that, that would be happy. Or if you want to read the webcomic linked in the down below. You've been absolutely fantastic. I like to think I've been okay. Have yourself a tip-top day full of cheer, wonder, and dare I say, good times.